Hey guys, this is Keaton Green, and I'm coming at you with another video today. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and this one's going to be a little bit more on a serious note rather than anything. And I want to talk about success and what it means to be successful. You may know what it means, but maybe not. I didn't know the true definition of success until I started doing my own research. And success is something that in your mind you feel you have accomplished and you are doing well at. There's always that person that is one step ahead of you that you always strive to be like, whether that be the guy that's ahead of you in job sales or the guy that's ahead of you in your sport. Whatever the case may be, there's always that person in your life that pushes you and pushes you and pushes you. But what we don't ask ourselves is what happens whenever we meet that expectation afterward. Now, that's a really good question that I had to think about for a while, and it's something that really successful people don't necessarily think about. So, success is all based off of the process of getting there and what got you to the point of success. That is the more successful goal in the end that people should really think about rather than the end result. Process is what I call it, and that is something that you just got to fall in love with. So, for example, my bowling, I want to be a professional bowler one day. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But there are things I have to do that I don't like necessarily that I have to take charge of. For example, going to the gym. Not a huge fan of going to the gym, but it's something that I know I have to do in order to take my game to the next level. That's something that comes with success, is expectation. Now, that's an idea and a concept that definitely should be something that you're scared of if you care. If you don't care, then you're failing at whatever you're doing. So, expectation is something that is a fearful thing, but it's something that also holds you accountable to getting to these goals and achieving your success. Now, a good quote that I heard while doing my research on success was from Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt is one of the best track athletes in the world, if not the best sprinter in the world. And he talks about how competition is the easiest part of your training. And simply put, the work that goes in behind is the hardest part to report to your job to do. And that is something that really hit me hard because I'm always so focused on the result. Anybody is focused on the result. I mean, the result shows what your practice is. So, another good thing that kind of hit me hard was an example that I read in one of my mental books from Proactive Coaching. And it talks about a track runner. And this track runner is a runner that really is focused on the process, but the coach really doesn't understand that process. So this coach is trying to train this runner to win all the time. And he doesn't understand how this runner is happy with not winning, but he's still running really well. So the coach finally asked him and said, why don't you want to win? Or, well, not necessarily not win, but why don't you let the win or loss affect your performance and your happiness overall? And his student then said, it's about the process of me running and how much training I had that I take pride in rather than the result, because I could run the greatest race of my life and still lose, or I could run a mediocre race and still be the best one that day. It's all about the process that led up to that I take pride in. And that one really hit me hard too, because in bowling we look at our scores so much. There are matches on television we see that win shooting 170, 180, or there's matches we see losing shoot 240. So, I mean, there's things like that just really should hit you hard about process and how important process really is in order for you to become a successful athlete, a successful person at your job, a successful person in life as a whole. That's just something that really inspired me and really helped me push through these obstacles that I have. I've already talked about a few of my obstacles that I have, the gym being one. But there are several other obstacles that, just like getting out of bed every morning at 4:35 in the morning. That's something that I don't want to do, but it's something that I have to do in order to make myself successful. And granted, I do complain about it sometimes, but it's something that I know I have to put my feet on the ground, I have to get up, I have to go shower, and I have to get there, and I have to put in the work and I have to do more work because it's grind time. I mean, the 3 Ds that I've heard of are drive, direction, and destination. You have to have all 3 of those Ds in order to get anywhere and achieve any goal in life. And that is something that really hit me in the heart as well. And it's something that really you should think about is, do you have the drive? Do you have a destination where you want to be, and do you know your plan to get there? And the direction part of it. Like for me as an example, my drive is there and I know where I want to be, but the direction sometimes is a little iffy. And I have to figure out ways to make my direction better. So that's a really simple question to ask yourself is my direction right? Is my drive where it needs to be? Is my goal where it needs to be? Is it realistic enough? And there's so many things to ask yourself that you should think about in a positive way that we don't think about them often enough. And I think that's why people really feel like they're failing in life so much, is they don't look back at the positives that they've done and how they got to where they're at now, to really think about that. And I just want to challenge you today to think about the positives in your life. Think about the things that you've done well in your life that have put you in your place today. And things that really just are the things that are negative in your life, let's try to turn those into a positive this week, this month, this year, whatever it takes. And just keep it a positive, keep your feelings up, and just get those negatives out of your life, because once they're gone, things will start skyrocketing up for you in your life. And that's really all I have to say for you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe down below, and I hope that you guys have a blessed day. And that's really all I wanted to talk about today, was my definition of success, and hopefully you learned something from it. So thanks guys for tuning in, and I hope to see you in the next one.